GNC released a report this morning, their report on the last election on why you won and Democrats lost. One thing that it mentions is how they failed to reach Middle America, Southern Americans. Do you think they've learned lessons from that election, and have you seen that report?
I think the elections are so rigged, and we have to do something about it, and we're going to do something about it. But we cannot continue to have, and frankly, the Senate and the House, they ought to get together and they ought to pass the Save America Act so that you have voter ID, and it's so important you have proof of citizenship, little thing like proof of citizenship, and also mail-in voting, which is so crooked. So in Maryland, as you probably saw, they had 500,000 mail-in votes that were corrupt. They were corrupt. They said the printer made a mistake. Don't believe that. And they got caught with 500,000 mail-in ballots that were corrupt. We've got to stop it. We have a country that has a very corrupt, we have more corrupt elections than third world countries have. And we ought to get smart. Pass the Save America Act. That'll be a long way. You have voter ID, voter identification. The Democrats don't want to pass. Now, I'll tell you what, the Democrat voters do want to pass, 87%. But the Democrat politicians don't want to pass. And the reason is they'd never be elected again. Because with their policy of open borders, transgender for everyone, I call it transgender mutilization of your children for everybody, men playing in women's sports, all of the stuff that they do, high taxes. They want a tax hike. They voted in favor of high taxes. They voted against a tax cut. They voted in favor of men playing in women's sports. I don't know what these people are thinking. The only way they can win is to cheat, and that's what they want to do. And we ought to pass the Save America Act. Yeah, please.
Yes, Mr.
A heated moment unfolded as President Donald Trump was asked about election integrity and what should be done to restore confidence in America's voting system. Trump didn't hold back. He argued that election security remains one of the biggest issues facing the country and called on Congress to take immediate action. According to Trump, lawmakers in both the House and Senate should unite behind the SAVE Act, legislation that would require voter identification and proof of citizenship for voter registration. Trump stressed that verifying citizenship should be a basic requirement for participating in federal elections. He also criticized mail-in voting, claiming it has created opportunities for fraud and weakened public trust in the electoral process, pointing to a recent controversy involving mail-in ballots in Maryland. Trump questioned the official explanation that a printing error was responsible for the problem. He suggested the incident highlighted deeper concerns about election administration and accountability. The president went on to argue that America's election system faces serious challenges and said stronger safeguards are needed to protect the integrity of future elections. Trump also claimed that voter ID laws enjoy broad public support, including among many Democratic voters. However, he accused Democratic leaders of opposing such measures because stricter election rules would make it more difficult for them to win elections. He then broadened his criticism, targeting Democratic positions on immigration, taxation, transgender issues, and the participation of transgender athletes in women's sports. Trump argued that these policies are out of step with the views of many Americans. Wrapping up his remarks, Trump once again urged Congress to pass the SAVE Act, saying stronger voter verification measures would help restore confidence in the electoral system and ensure secure elections across the country. What do you think? Should voter ID and proof of citizenship be required nationwide? Or do you believe current election laws are sufficient? Let us know in the comments below.